Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Luke Man, and today we're going over 5 pentatonic licks. And you know what? If you stay until the end, I'm gonna give you one extra. So 6 legendary pentatonic licks, and we're gonna go through them one by one. Real quick, I should mention that I have a free course. If alternate picking has been a tough thing for you, you can check that out in the link in the description below. I go through everything that I've learned from working with my clients over like 5 years or so. All the epiphanies that they've had, all the things that I know really help me when it comes to syncing up my hands and alternate picking at a really high level, if I dare say so myself, you know. So yeah, you can check that out. But that said, let's crack right into the video. So the first one we're starting off with is the Sweet Child of Mine lick, right? So that's pretty iconic. This one in particular, it's one of those licks where you don't even realize that it's pentatonic because it's so iconic, right? Once we get to the back half, it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's pentatonic for sure. That's a little Wunterslausch Kapuschka signature lick right there. But leading up to that, it's like, I want to know. Okay, so what you need to know is that there's licks that are notes that are double picked, and there's ones that are not. All right, so let's just start with the G string, and this is a pattern, so you can apply it to wherever. I'm gonna be working with my E minor pentatonic box at the 12th fret to the 15th fret. It's the basic box, you know, everyone knows this one, and I should let you know that I'm tuned down a half step. So if you want to play along, that's your note. All right, if you want to tune up. So I'm playing the 12th fret of the G string twice. I play the 14th to the 12th fret of the D string once each. Okay, so that's the first half of the pattern. And then we followed up with another double pick at the 14th fret of the G string. An option to pull off right there. Option for yoga blocks. Okay, and then pull off to the 12th fret and play the 14th fret of the D string. So that's our pattern. We could sit there, we could just play that pattern, okay? I want you to understand this is a pattern-based lick, so you can just rock this pattern. It's like this. Now what gives it that rising, ascending feel is the fact that he climbs up each string one at a time as he does this, you know. And I believe it does actually start here at the G string. But, I mean, if we were precocious, young, gallivanting, you know, good-looking guitar players, we could start at the A string as well. So I'm going to be honest with you, it messes with my rhythm to do the pull-off, so I like to pick everything, but I believe Wunterslausch Kapuschka actually does play the pull-off. Alright, so that's the first lick, and then getting into the second one here, the little follow-up lick, is we're going to play we'll bend on the 15th fret of the B string, and then play the 12th fret of the E string, 15 to 12 on the B string. Now we're going to go 12, 15, 12 on the B string. It sounds like this. Okay. All right, so there's these little variations. It's either or. So there's really two little parts to this. It's 12, 15, 12 on the B string. Bend the 15th fret of the B string. And then to follow that up, it's 12 on the E string, 15, 12 on the B string, 14th fret of the G string bend. Okay, so it's that back and forth. And then he ends it with a E string, bend on the 15th fret. Okay, so that is the famous Wunter/Kapuschka lick. Alright, next we're going to play the Randy Rhoads lick. And this is in Mr. Crowley. Again, I'm just using the same shape, you know, so I don't want you to go freaking out right now that I'm going to move it down a whole step, you know. It's the same pentatonic scale. If you don't know what a pentatonic scale is, you got bigger problems. You got bigger problems, kid. Alright, so... Alright, so yeah, to actually explain the lick, right. I'm gonna use my pick and I'm gonna go through the G, B, and E string. And I suggest that you get comfortable playing that little triplet rhythm before trying to move on to actually implementing the left hand and doing, you know, the really cool stuff. Okay. And so let's just start by getting that, you know, sit here for 20. No distractions. After you have a pretty solid creaking door sound, then you can move on to the left hand. Okay, so first for the left hand, I just recommend getting the first 3 notes as well. So we're going to bend at the 12th fret of the G string for D minor, 14th fret of the G string for E minor. You know, if you want to be like Randy Rhoads, it's here. And then you play bar the 10th fret and play B to E. And while you're doing that, you kind of roll your finger. So it's not, you're not really barring, like, it's like, so I only hear one note at a time. So get this, right? Right, so like Johnny Be Good. Like when Randy Rhoads did the tribute album and he's playing Paranoid. Took me a while to remember how Paranoid was played for a second there, but yeah, when it comes to the solo, he's like, no, thank you. He goes. You know, that's like the most Randy Rhoads thing. Oh, I guess he could have been more Randy Rhoads by going like. Right? That's what Randy would do. It's been so long since I've heard that solo, I actually don't remember how it goes in the slightest, but, you know, he rips. He's definitely very alpha male, you know? Okay, so, to get in that last little part, the quintuplet that makes it sick, let's throw our pinky finger down. Okay, and I'm not going to pick that note. So many people try to pick that note. I don't want people to be picking that note. Tired of hearing it. There's great people I tell them, I say, don't pick that note. Just hammer it on. Just pull it off. They keep picking that note. They're stupid. Yeah, you just hammer it on from nowhere with your pinky finger and then pull off. So once you have the 3 down, you just add those 2 extra notes, and then it's a quintuplet lick, and you just play it super fast, because all you have to do is like go and you get like like it's very excellent, you know. Okay. And you could add the upstroke if you want to like sound super Ace Frehley-y. Maybe that's kind of like Dimebag-y actually. Anyway, Dimebag was super influenced by Ace, so it doesn't really matter. The Zakk Wylde lick. This is also a Kirk Hammett lick, but Zakk Wylde does it cooler. Okay, so we're gonna play the. Let's go back to the E minor for this. Play 17 on the E, 12 on the E, 15 on the E, 12 on the E. Now let's go to the B string, play 15 to 12. That's the whole lick. So super easy. And with a nice bend to the root note. Forget about it. Do crazy vibrato. Zakk is so good. Zakk's so good at doing the sickest vibrato. He's like so wide. His name should be Zakk Wylde. All right. And then Michael Schenker. Again, another one that arguably could be a Kirk Hammett lick. I don't like Kirk Hammett, so we call it the Michael Schenker lick, okay? And who do you think Kirk Hammett's a big fan of? Michael Schenker. Want to know what he missed? Everything. But seriously, play the vibrato, you know? I don't know how that riff goes, but it's a sick riff. Okay, what do we say? Did we already play that Michael Schenker one or no? Okay, so we're gonna bend the 15th fret of the B string and then play the same note that we just bent to, fret it at the 12th fret of the E string. Do that a lot of times, then start to mix in a little variation. 15th fret of the E string, bend it, 12th fret of the E string. 15th fret of the B string, bend it, 12th fret of the E string. So we're adding this cool little variation, right? Insert stock Dorian lick here. You know, that's probably what Michael Schenker would do. But we're talking about the pentatonics, okay? So I'm not trying to get off topic. By the way, did you see the Formula One race? Man. Hamilton, have a holly jolly Christmas. Okay, the last one is going to be David Gilmour. What did we start with? Money? Man, how killer was that guy? Is probably. I'd love to go visit him on his houseboat and freaking have a beer and play some guitar. I'd do this. I'd go. And I'd gesture at him to start singing because, man, he's probably my favorite voice in Pink Floyd. Really sick voice. Those lads, dude. All right. So anyway, yeah. Let's do a bend at the 14th fret of the G string. Play the 12th fret of the G string. Make as much noise as you can, bending that B string to a pristine E note, you know? 15th fret of the B string. 12 to 15 on the B. Little staccato bend on the 14th fret of the G string. Vibrato at the 12th fret of the G string. Slide up. It's a slide, but it's the same rhythmic value as one note. 15 to 17 on the B string. 15 on the E string, back to 17 on the B string. Okay, play the 17th fret of the B string again. Twice. Staccato. Bum, bum, bam. And then 17th fret of the E string. Bend up a full step. Like I said, as much noise as you can make. And yeah, bend that E string 17th fret. Bend it up a whole step. And then straight back to the 17th fret of the G string. Sorry, B string. And then we play the G string 14th fret full step bend. Quarter step bend on the 12th fret of the G string. Before playing neutral, the 14th fret of the G string, and then 14th fret of the D string. Okay. Yeah, now the other one, so that's Money, you know, and it's in B minor, right? But if you can't notice, like, dude, I'm playing the same scale shape in all these different keys, you know? Like, one time I heard Yngwie Malmsteen explain Ritchie Blackmore's style, and he's like, I got bored. Because it was like, oh, it's like G minor, and here we are. It's like, oh, C minor. E minor. A minor. G minor. And Malmsteen was like, I wanted to do more linear lines. Like, more is more. I want the fastest arpeggios. I want the loudest martial steps. Okay, so yeah, that was like what Yngwie would kind of think sometimes. He was like, yeah, I wanted some more. What were we talking about? We're at the Dave Gilmour. Oh yeah, last one. So he goes. Damn it. All right, so that's what we want to get. We want to get that. All right, and this is all pentatonic shape, you know. So hopefully, You're starting to connect the dots. You know, this is the pentatonic scale, son. Son, why don't you sit down and let me tell you something about the pentatonic scale. So there's almost like little pick harmonics in here. Let's do it in D minor, because that's where it's at in the ridge. So 13th fret of the B string, pull off to the 10th fret. Little bit of a pick harmonic, just a little bit. And then 12th fret bend on the G string. Oscillate back and forth, 10th fret on the B string, 12th fret on the G string. Hammer on 10 to 13 on the B string. Whole step. Get a little vibrato, let it ring, you know, let it hang out there. And it's a whole step bend up, release to neutral, double whole step bend up, release to neutral. And then like sometimes he'll bend it back up a whole step. But I think in this particular solo, he just leaves it at neutral. And then that's like these double stops. So playing the 10th fret of the G and B string at the same time. And then resting at the D string 12th fret. Repeat and then play the 10th fret, both G and B to the 12th fret, both G and B. Pull off and get like a little rise. Maybe a little vibrato. Yeah, so anyway, that's our 5 freaking legendary licks. Actually, I guess I did play all 6 now because you stayed till the end. So, you're welcome. I want to remind you that I have a free course. It's called Alternate Picking Mastery. If you're looking at my technique, you're going, wow, I wonder like how it's so seasoned and polished, dog. Well, it's because I've spent a lot of time cultivating the perfect method to get your alternate picking nice and seasoned and polished, you know, ready to just chuck on the grill and cook. You know, that's how I like to feel when I'm playing the guitar. I want to chuck it on the grill. And cook. You know, that's what's important to me. Yeah, so anyway, if you like that style of playing, then you gotta look at alternate picking mastery, because if you've been doing this for years and you haven't developed your technique, come on, it should take you 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks tops. Like if you're busy with school, you know. So yeah, pop in there, get your technique dialed. Thank me later. Free course. And then yeah, if you want to see me on your feed more, like, comment, and or subscribe, because ultimately, to be honest, none of that matters at all. You know, so do as you will. Feel emotionally moved or do not, you know. I appreciate your authenticity over anything else. You know, I don't want you to just subscribe because you feel bad. Like, I wipe my ass with I feel bad, you know? Yeah. If you want to see another video like this one, I'll be honest with you, I don't have any other videos like this one, but you can click here to find another video of mine that I did at another time. Okay. Cool? Are you sure I can always get you a line? No, don't tip this. Y'all always tip the stylist, John. No, don't tip the owner of the salon. Got it? Good.